Welcome back to Spot the Ball Podcast. It's your boy Ron Wells and
Willie Law the third.
coming to you live from MyBillReview.com studios. MyBillReview.com saves you money on all your essential services needs. Give them a call, 561-281-6099. There is no offseason here at Spot the Ball, so we're just going to dive deep into it. Playoff football, NFL.
You want to go there first?
Yeah, let's go there first because that was fun.
Okay. Let's go there first. This is new. This is different. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, man.
No, man. It's a great weekend, right?
Yeah, it was a great weekend of NFL football. So let's start there and let's talk about the game of the night on Saturday. That was Jags versus Chargers.
What I told you.
Bruh.
What I told you.
Bruh.
What I tell you.
It wasn't how you panned it out. That's
yeah, but they got the dub.
They got the dub.
I'm going to say we'll rather just win by 1 point.
Man, please. Look, with all due respect, and I mean with all due respect, that's why heads rolled after the Chargers lost to the Jags offensive coordinator. Lombardi had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what it boiled down to me with this. The Chargers invent ways to lose. As the most talented team, they just invent ways to lose. The defense gives you 4 turnovers in the first quarter. Gets you all but 7 points off of turnovers. And the other 7 points that they got was off of a 3 and out that they got the ball back from to make it 24-0. And you blow that lead.
You're supposed to give up the sticks and just keep it pushing.
Just move the sticks. Spot the ball and move the sticks. And Justin Herbert, from that point on, had 87 yards through the air, 15 on the ground, and did absolutely nothing for the Chargers for the rest of the game. It wasn't, Trevor Lawrence was this heroic comeback and all this other stuff. No, he got short fields from his defense, basically doing something against Justin Herbert because those clowns are so stubborn and won't run the ball. Use Austin Eckler. He's the straw that stirs the drink. Justin Herbert is not a superhero yet. And everybody keeps saying this stupid line that he's in the stratosphere or approaching the next guy up. He's going to be the next in the category of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. He can't even. Huh?
Is this upsetting you?
It's upsetting because he should have. You get 4 turnovers. What you supposed to win, bro?
The whole game, bro. Not half a game, the whole game.
Zion got a hat trick.
I know, man.
He got a hat trick. Again, DBU on display once again. You ain't got no question.
We're not going there this week, man.
We ain't got no question.
Last week. We're not going there this week, man.
But, bruh, Tua would have won that game. Tua's not losing that. I'm sorry, like.
You gotta calm down.
How do you lose that?
You gotta calm down.
Whoosah.
You gotta calm down. It's okay.
Let me get my pressure points. Go ahead. You can have it. You can have it.
No, I mean, I'm just saying we saw a Jags team that just grew up in front of our eyes in a matter of a half. They had a terrible. Trevor Lawrence had a terrible half. I'm not going to say the Jags as a whole collective unit, but it is a team game. So the Jags as a whole had a terrible first half, and it was 4 points off of circling the wagons, and they still did it. You know what I mean? So it's like nobody thought or assumed based off of the Chargers itself. But again, part of it is their fault too by having Mike Williams out there week 18 now. No more week 17, week 18, and you get the back injury then. And if Mike Williams would have played, who knows if they would have continued to pour it on because another threat on the field.
They need to pour it on.
So
you score 27 points, you don't lose a game in the NFL.
It's just team that Jackson just at least that Saturday night were a resilient bunch, and they got the job done. That's all you can ask them to. Doug Peterson, it's a great timeout, man. That play call to convert, man, that's a great play call. He's an offensive-minded coach. Came with something that I've never seen Jacksonville do so far this year. If they did, I missed it.
No,
I missed it. But you got to get kudos. You have to. I understand you're upset. The Chargers found a way to lose. My defense to watch, your offense. So you're more invested in it because this is your offensive pick. They gave the defense as a collective gave you.
No, the Bengals was my offense. The defense was the Chargers, but even still.
Nah, my defense was the Chargers.
My defense.
No, I put him on fantasy. That's why I said it was defense. That's why they offense. I think you picked 2. That's why we said, okay, the Chargers would be a team to watch for that reason. Because I remember
I know I had Burrows.
I mean, we'll get to them because on that Saturday, earlier that Saturday, I forgot the matchup. Who played earlier that Saturday? Oh, the 49ers and the Seahawks. I was tempted to text you and said, hey, I told you Seahawks might keep it close. I said, let me hold my tongue. Let me hold my tongue.
No.
And wait it out. And Purdy just happened to. Man's went crazy.
Okay, look, with the Purdy situation, situational ball, he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
But that comes from, like we said in the previous episode, he's played a ton of ball.
Right.
He hasn't missed years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he started as a freshman. So we got that. Where I thought that the 49ers would pull away, and just like they did, was the fact that as the game was going to go on, even though familiarity is everything, and no, Seattle wasn't afraid of them. It was just
they don't have enough.
They don't have enough. There's a reason why, and I'm not scapegoating this, but there's a reason why Russell Wilson thought he had to leave. And it comes a point in time as the game went on longer, like Tyreek Woolen, great season, but some of those dig routes against Ayuk, he broke free and dropped one. And then
Ayuk route running is like immaculate.
Yeah,
he's probably top 10 route running in the league this season. I won't say
no, but he's really good.
But he got great route running.
Top 25 receiver in the league. Period.
Okay, I can get that.
But at the end of the day, like, you just don't have enough. Like, you got 2 corners, you got Diggs back there, but the other safety's kind of Then your linebacker core is dumb young because you don't have Bobby Wags no more. And then your D-line is up and down. So, yeah, it was just going to catch up. The talent was going to catch up.
Exactly, because it's not a consistent built team, and you can see it throughout the year where they had their stretches, and then they also had their stretches. You know what I mean? And like I said, 49ers is a very well-constructed team in every level, every facet. And so it was only a matter of time, because as a team, you may have a slow start here and there. You as a better team, you're going to wake up. You know what I mean? And so the 49ers, that's basically what they did. Devo woke up and started to move the chains. Purdy woke up, moved the ball. So, again, I didn't know what to pick. So because I said it was a division game, I didn't know to pick. I didn't know how much of a beatdown it would be because of it being a division game. But we did both say here that 49ers would get the win. That's something that we saw. We touched and agreed. You know what I mean? And we knew that much. I said Jags, he said Chargers. So
yeah,
I'm 2-0 on Saturday.
Okay, so here's another kicker too, and this is just a little spinoff moving into taking off the in-season hat and putting in the roster construction. If you're the Seahawks with the 5th and the 20th pick, do you try to move up and try to go get a C.J. Stroud, who finally declared for the draft, or a Bryce Young, or do you stay with Geno?
You stay with Geno for the year. Because I was saying, I don't know who I was talking to about this. I was talking to dudes I play the game with. And I told them the same thing when Brady became free agent. I said, I would rather you save that $50 million that you spent, go with Jameis 1 more year. Actually build around him. Give him the pieces that he needs to actually be a successful quarterback. Okay. And if he just does not do it, that's when you had Fields coming out, Trevor Lawrence coming out. You had those young guys
the following year.
That following class, you go draft if you was that bad.
And they got 2 first-rounders next year. So,
you know what I mean? So it's like, that was my mindset with Tampa. So I'm going to have a similar mindset with Seattle because Geno had a great year.
I buy that. And here's the thing, too. This is like we were just saying, it's iffy at the linebacker core. It's iffy at D-line. It's a really good D-line draft. And because those 2 quarterbacks came out, I feel bad. Oh, sorry. I don't feel bad. I'm slightly less enthused about my Chicago Bears and how they're going to trade back. I was really hoping that NIL money came in for C.J. Stroud and he stayed. Because had he stayed, that pick would have went through the roof.
Because they trying to only get Bryce now.
Yeah, exactly. Because Will Levis ain't it. Hendon Hooker's coming off an injury.
But see, I don't know why we hearing all this buzz about.
Man, because it's December and January.
Like,
and clowns trying to lie.
Pick, like Will Levis.
Clickbait.
Let's be
Look,
real.
We're going to talk about that.
But I ain't click it. Because it was blasphemous. That's the point. That's the problem. So if I feel like it's blasphemous as a team, if I know Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud is on the board, I'm going to go with Will Levis. I will take Hendon Hooker and wait before I take Will Levis.
Bro,
that's just me. I'm not in that office.
Bro, it's clickbait. It's that same bull job that they said with Malik
Cunningham?
Malik
Cunningham.
Malik Willis.
I'm thinking about kid from Louisville.
And Kenny Pickett would have never got drafted in the first round, but all you need is one. And Pickett with the Steelers, and they keep looking at. They had a chance to look at him so much that it just was like, we don't need much. We just need him.
Yeah, we build around it.
And we can build around it.
And as the year went on for Pittsburgh, they started to click and they started to get it going.
But again, it's a guy who had a crap ton of starts. Like, I think one of his first two starts was against Miami his freshman year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It could have been.
So, nah, man, it's just one of those things. All right, let's move on to Sunday's matchups. And the early window we thought could have been a blowout, Bills and Dolphins.
Surprising.
Look.
Surprising.
Mike McDaniel can coach his butt off, but Mike McDaniel, because he can coach his butt off, sometimes make boneheaded decisions.
Why would you have like?
I'm gonna let you go first because I got one line in here, and that's it.
I'm still not sure why I want to place the blame on that interception on that 3rd and long. I'm not sure if I want to place the blame on McDaniels or I'm going to place the blame on Skylar Thompson. Because yes, a play call, but in a situation,
I'm gonna let you have this one.
I'm not gonna throw a go route and too high with a corner on you with a safety. I'm not doing it. Personally, as a decision, because it's just in your own in your own code, like you're backed up. I'm not making that decision.
And shout out to Abe Edom's son, Kyer.
Yeah, he got a book.
568.
Yeah, that boy got a book.
He got that book. He had his hand on a couple other ones, but Palm Beach was having a good day.
That definitely was. And like I say, like the Dolphins definitely had that game close. It's going to
you're right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my issue. You gamble strategically with a Skylar Thompson, but you don't know which plays are going to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in certain situations, he was flawless. And in that situation you're speaking of, in the end of game situation where you get a delay of bleeping game.
And they had a lot of them. They had a couple of them, at least 2 or 3 of them.
And you losing timeouts because you're getting delayed games.
Right.
I'm screaming at the TV. My boy's screaming at the TV. We're like, get the play in. And that's my thing. It's like, you can overanalyze a situation.
Overcompensate for it.
Overcompensating for the fact that you don't have Tua and you don't have Teddy and being too hands-on.
You got to play the game.
But he allowed Skylar to play loose because you saw the confidence he had in some of the throws that he was allowing Skylar Thompson to even decipher.
Mm-hmm.
That too high look, I don't think you can put him in that position to even read that.
To make that throw.
Because
right now he's playing on fumes. Like he's going.
He's playing above his head.
He's not the guy. And he's getting out to try to manage the game, man. We don't know if Skylar Thompson is too early. So we don't know if he get another stop somewhere and he just go crazy.
It's too early.
So it's
you
too
can
early.
tell he missed Tua. Tua again doesn't lose this game.
No,
they turned over the ball 3 times.
He doesn't.
They turned over the ball 3 times. Buffalo. The last 2 times they played Buffalo, Miami had a chance to win both games. And this particular one, the defense actually got you turnovers. Mind you, the best defensive player on the field that game was Phillips. But he had some bonehead plays too. Like he was trying. He was freestyling.
It was like when you get your first experience like that, it's gonna be that. You know what I mean, these are young kids.
But no, he played.
He played great.
He put on a show.
He played great,
and I'm not taking. But there was some place I'm just like, dude. You don't have to be a hero.
It's hard to pick and choose where it might have went wrong for the Dolphins because they the game, and
it was
even when it
swings.
seemed like it was going away,
Mhm.
they scored what it was that 14, 17 straight,
24 straight,
and
24 straight.
Made it like okay. Oh,
it was 24-20.
I'm like, oh snap.
Then 27-20.
The Dolphins got a chance, and we said at least 14. I'm like, oh snap, the Dolphins got a chance, and it was just more so game ended down the line.
And with the Bills, they play like that again. Anytime
it's a wrap. They got Cincinnati this week,
bro.
It's a wrap. They play that, but like we said about Georgia, sometimes you got to take that skin. You got to take that skin.
But they ain't Georgia.
They NFL.
No. But this is my thing. The Bills are the bullies on the block. If anybody's the bully on the block,
it's not the Kansas City or Buffalo.
if anybody scares the living daylights out of you, you know who it is.
It's not Buffalo, Kansas City, because Kansas City is the offense really, but Buffalo is just like that team that's like, where are the holes? I don't think Buffalo
can be so much so bullied by Kansas City, but Kansas City can be punched in the mouth, and I think Kansas City knows they can beat them.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a shootout.
Cincinnati
be a shootout.
Cincinnati,
like we had last year.
Yeah, Cincinnati played perfect to beat.
They got to see each other.
Championship for that. Well, Buffalo and Cincinnati play this week, right?
Mm-hmm. And so it's Jacksonville and Kansas City.
So we kind of buried the lead. Cincinnati versus Baltimore, right? So again, Cincinnati played its B- game. They didn't have a lot of turnovers or anything like that. They were just disjointed. But again, you just played that team last week, and I told you that game was going to be close because they had just played last week. Yeah, I told you. And I was like, dude, he was like, I think they're going to, I don't care if Lamar don't play. It's going to be close. And that was the reason why. They used to punching at each other. And then you just played them. And they didn't want to have that coin flip stupid crap, so they played real football. And that last week of the season was punch in the mouth, and it was ugly football, and this was ugly football again. And Buffalo and Cincinnati didn't get a full game because of, which they shouldn't have, but what happened with Hamlin. So, and that game was moving back and forth already. Buffalo don't know how to stop them.
Man, we're going to have to see.
And you remember how people were clowning my boy from Notre Dame. I told you the boy from Notre Dame was good. They were clowning him week 1. Ever since week 1, he's been an all-pro. He's a big human in the slot. Like, they got nothing off at all. So it's like, and I feel bad because of that commentary that was going around. I thought that was a bonehead thing for Michael Vick to say about Lamar.
Him and
that was so off base.
Yeah, who else was it? It was him and
Steve Young got into it, and saying the same crap. And I'm sitting there like,
I'm trying to think of the other analysts because we can't bail him out either. He said on the same Fox on Fox. The same Fox.
No, I think it was CBS. Michael Vick.
No, it might be on FS. He be on FS1, so be with Fox. He with Fox. That's what his TV deal is. I'm trying to think of this other one. Charles Woodson.
Yeah, it was Chuck.
Charles Woodson.
It was Chuck.
Talking about it's a playoff game. You got
3 more to go. And I was
like, bro, what?
Yo, but see, here's the thing. And I was so glad. And you know me, I think RG3 is corny as all get out.
But he told me what it was, bro. Same injury he had.
But he is.
Well, he had worse.
RG3 is true to himself, so I don't get on him. I don't come on here and bag on him and all like that. But his language on the game, it's one of the commentaries I mute. I ain't gonna lie. But RG3, the way he came out was the exact way you should have, because he did come back from PCL, came back early, could not run around, and Holita Nada changed his career. That boy was rookie of the year, one of the best rookie seasons of all time, because he had to fend off Andrew Luck's best rookie season of all time. That same playoff, that class, Luck and RG3, 1 and 2. They both made playoffs. Luck ends up beating Kansas City in the playoffs, and Washington ends up losing to the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs, all because he gets hurt versus Holita Nada. His rookie year changed his whole career. He was out of the league within 5 years. One of the best rookie seasons ever.
It would have been dynamic.
And you want Lamar Jackson
to do the same thing.
No,
man.
And he hitting the market. Lamar
bad, but he's smart.
Yeah.
Look at that. What we said that week.
Fully guaranteed. He's looking for $250 million fully guaranteed. They already offered him $250 million with incentives and $170-something million up front.
Well, you just paid the
Oh, well, they can still pay him. You know how NFL money is. You know what they say about roster spots in college.
What do they say?
They'll always make room. They'll find a way to make the numbers work.
So,
and the NFL finds ways to make the numbers work.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna call somebody at the end of the roster and be like, or somebody with a high paid deal that ain't really playing weight, and gonna call them. Come to the office.
We want to reconstruction. It's not really good. We can reconstruct.
You don't have to reconstruct your deal. Otherwise, we'll release you because we can.
Yeah, we ain't taking no penalty.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me highlight that game. Big boy touchdown. Sam Hubbard, 98 yards. Shout out Mark Andrews. That man clocked 20 miles per hour trying to say that touchdown. Just ultimately could not do it. Get it done.
Bro, that again. If Lamar's in that game, that does not happen.
It doesn't.
But Huntley has a similar skill set to Lamar, so you have to trust him to do it.
You got to get a ball to JK.
Oh my God!
You got to get the ball on the goal line. You have to, especially if he got you that close. You got to get the ball.
Oh, no doubt.
So
the Ravens played a good game.
We overthought a lot of things. Then we just keep it simple. Ask Marshawn Lynch about it.
Well,
ask Marshawn Lynch about it. We overdoing.
Not everybody's the great Tom Brady at the goal line.
Bro, I don't care if I have Brady, Mahomes, Allen. If I got a running back that I know I'm gonna get a ball to, and every time he can give me two, and I just need one.
Yeah, but that offensive line is so great.
I got Marshawn Lynch. I need a yard. I got Beast Mode.
History.
So Beast Quake. The regular one. Beast Quake 2.0. I just need one.
That game changed history. That stopped.
They put one back to back.
That stopped like 3 Hall of Famers additional.
They put one back to back, and they probably would have stayed together.
Yeah, but that one did for the best.
So anyway, like I said, let's one more on Sunday. What's good?
Well, we want to save yours for last. Your game for last.
That's Monday. I'm not worried about that. We gotta get the last Sunday game.
All right. So
the last Sunday game was New York and Minnesota, and I said I wasn't necessarily calling it here, but as I watched the game, I don't know why. When it was 7-7, I said, you know what? New York's gonna beat Minnesota.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I'm on a party with dudes. I'm playing 2K. I got the iPad set up. I say, yeah. Minnesota finna get beat today. It's gonna happen. I've seen New York first drive. I've seen Minnesota first drive. Okay, I mean their first couple drives. I've seen it. I get it. Yeah, Minnesota getting popped.
Yeah.
They getting popped.
Yeah, and I agree. It's like in a championship matchup, like a Super Bowl or a national title. All you really need to see is like maybe 6-7 minutes before of real football in order for you to figure out who's going to win the game.
And it happened. And it happened on Monday.
Yeah. But
first 6-7 minutes.
This game here, though, in particular.
Yeah, man.
Both teams kind of scored, but it just felt so different how the Giants did it.
Saquon.
Yeah, man.
Saquon. All I'm gonna tell you is Saquon. The name is Saquon. That man, we're talking about, he did the spin move.
If he's healthy, he's special.
Yeah, Saquon. And then you got to think about it. A lot of cats, they ain't played that first matchup against Philly.
Oh no, I get you.
A lot of cats ain't played that first matchup against Philly. Philly, hey, you had to rest. You ain't played well going down the stretch. Yes, Jalen Hurts was out, but even before he went out, he still didn't play great down the stretch.
I don't know, but they familiar as hell.
I do. I know it. I get it. But again, it's even still last game. It got close. A lot of cats ain't play.
I dare you to bet it.
I'm not betting. Listen, I'm not. I'm gonna tell you again. I like the underdog story. If I put it on the ticket, I screenshot it to you. I screenshot it to you if I do that.
Nah. Let's put $1 on the show.
I'm not putting $1 on the show. But nah.
He wanted to bet hundreds. But nah, $1 here is horrible.
Who bet 100? Who? I ain't got it. Who? I'm an hour today. Who bet 100?
I bet you put more than $10 on it.
On a ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 is like a norm for me.
Oh, 25. Okay. Put $1 on the show, though. One whole dollar.
I'm not putting $1.
99 cents plus one.
I'm not putting $1.
100 pennies.
Leave me alone, boy. Leave me alone. We just go watch the game. If I had to lead, I'm going Philly way. But I won't be surprised if I see New York popping. That's just me. I mean, but in transition to Monday, like I said, I knew what was going to happen. I told him when you said, I said, September Super Bowl, you said, you believe that's those fan talk.
Not saying.
It's fan talk.
Nah, but seriously, with that game, right?
Yeah, man.
What did I said, if they can run it, they'll be fine. Tampa refused to run it.
Tampa refused to do anything on the offensive end.
They can't pass against that defense. You know that, right? Nobody really can pass against that defense.
Nah, but I wouldn't say you can pass against them. I will give Dallas credit. That front four.
Exactly. They get home.
That was the most vicious I've seen that front four all year long.
I hear you, but consistently they get there.
They do. I can't take that from them, but like Monday night?
No, I hear you. But Tampa didn't do anything to negate it.
They didn't. They tried. Liddy missed the chip twice.
No, it ain't about chipping. It's about running the doggone ball.
Listen, but when
they have no balance.
Tampa is stubborn. That's a stubborn team. They're gonna run the ball on first, regardless. They're not passing the ball on first. When you get second and nines, and you know you are as an offense all year, you get behind them chains, it's nothing for you. So now I'm forced to try to do a second and 9 and I'm gonna make the pass. I don't get the pass, now 39. Again, you still already can't do nothing on the offense like that. So now 3rd and 9s, that's like 4th and 17. Like you're not going to convert them.
Right.
And so it was a lot that happened for Temple on the offensive end and even defensive. This was one of the, but I can tell you 3 games that Tampa Bay played very poorly on the defensive end. It's Kansas City, 49ers.
Yeah.
And this one. Because I won't say the Cincinnati, Brady had a meltdown against Cincinnati. And that's how that game happened.
Okay. Interjecting real quick, because we're talking about the first down, right?
Mm-hmm.
First down pass plays for Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
First down run plays, 4.
Think about how bad it got. So if you dive into it, think about how bad it got early.
It got bad early because they wouldn't run the ball.
Yeah, no,
you got to negate
the ball the first couple of drives. Dallas seemed like you had your first couple of drives was punts. Both teams punted, and then boom, Dallas got out and scored. Brady
had 12 rushing attempts, bro.
Bro, it got bad.
12 rushing attempts. I don't care how bad it is. You gotta try.
No,
12 rushing attempts says you ain't tried.
When you can't get it done,
you ain't tried.
That's been a makeshift line all year,
bro. That's 3 rushing attempts per quarter.
That's all year that run game been bad. Statistically,
you had the ball 25 minutes.
It's been bad. So as a team, that offensive line was everything. With Kappa leaving, with Marpet retiring, that hurt.
I hear that it hurt, but you still gotta attempt it,
man. If you can't get it done in the playoffs, you're not gonna beat that dead horse and get yourself beat in when you're not doing it.
What changed?
Nothing changed because it wasn't going to change. It wasn't. No matter what you did, it wasn't. I'm telling you, I knew the outcome going into the game.
All right, so let's get off. All right, next week's matchups. Let's start with that, right?
No, you want to go NFC or AFC?
Let's go. We're going to transition from Dallas this week to Dallas next week. So Dallas plays the 49ers.
I got 49ers. I might be bitter.
I
might be bitter.
I got the 49ers. I'm not bitter. I got the 49ers too. But the only reason why I got the 49ers, because I know they're going to run the damn ball.
Because they can. You got to calm down. You have to calm down.
Bruh, like San Francisco has one legit offensive line and the rest of them are average.
No, but they play well together. They complement each other. I can tell you that they play well together.
Look, with all due respect, I mean it's with all due respect.
They play well together.
The 49ers, if they have to pass the ball against Dallas's only path to victory when it comes to their defense is hitting them straight in the mouth. It's similar to what we talked about with Bama earlier this year when it came to why I picked Georgia or Bama. The middle of Dallas's defense, they don't like to defend against the run. They just don't. And that's similar to what we talked about with Alabama in college football. But everywhere else on Dallas's defense, the linebackers are straight. The pass rushers are good. The pass rushers are elite. The secondary is manageable, but they force because they have that front four and flood coverage lanes.
Yeah.
If you can Brock Purdy to pass more than 25. Let's just say 25 is the number. Brock Purdy hits 25 attempts.
But see,
Dallas wins.
But see, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
That boy threw that ball 18
times. This is why I draw
times.
back. Because offensively, I get it. I get the linebackers are good. I get the pass rush is elite. We're not taking that away. But that secondary can and will be tested. Because you're going to, I don't know if Diggs going to shadow. If he doesn't, okay. They trust him. So you still got Debo. I mean, you have Debo. You have Bernard Ayuk. These are two elite receivers. You couple that with George Kittle, which is top 3 tight end in the league, if not number 2.
But
Kelsey.
But Vander Esch can kind of run with him.
Yeah, I mean he can, but again, there's some people that can kind of run with Travis Kelsey, but we see what he does on a week in, week out basis.
There's only one.
Hey, that's the second WB. it's 2 up in the league. That's going crazy. He's the second one. So, it's that secondary will be tested.
All right.
So,
look, Brock Purdy had 30 attempts last game versus the Seahawks, but he only completed 18. My thing is, you're playing with fire if you allow Brock Purdy has to throw more than 25 times if I'm San Francisco. I try to shorten this game. I try to limit the pass rush by making sure I run the dang ball. If they don't run effectively versus Dallas can win this game. They really can. Dallas is not for lack of talent. Where I didn't like what Dallas made, and this is something in the offseason that looks like this is the game where it haunts them. Mm-hmm. They don't have enough balance on the way that they tilt the field.
Who that?
On the receiving side of things for Dallas.
That was it. Yeah.
They miss Amari Cooper. This is an Amari Cooper special type of game where because Pollard now gets a lot more of the explosive carries and Zeke is here to, nickel and dime you here and there.
Right.
They have the balance on the run game finally that they never really had. And now you're going to miss Amari Cooper here. This is the matchup here.
Now I'm mad that I'm like I didn't even make this as big as it was because we're talking about what San Fran can do in the pass game. Just with those 3, I don't forget about C-Mac.
No, you ain't forget nothing.
I forgot.
That's why I think the 49ers win this matchup
because he can do it in both aspects. So again, that's why I say that secondary, that linebacker core, they will be tested. So if he has to throw it 30, 35 times, you got to pick your poison because again, C-Mac he does this to every defense. It's not like he has his teams that I do well against this team and I'm like average. This man does this to everybody.
He ain't doing it against Dallas.
He does it to
Carolina. He couldn't.
I'm just man. That's Carolina. You get this man.
He got receivers in Carolina when the last time they played.
I'm looking at Carolina. I'm looking at the NFC South, and I'm not respecting that.
Look,
I'm not respecting that.
You still as well as Brock Purdy has played so far. He still was Mr. Relevant, and at some point in time,
you waiting to see it.
I'm waiting to see it. In order for me to believe a Brock Purdy, is to see him get to the bowl. He ain't winning it, but he get to the bowl.
I mean, nobody from NFC winning this year, so it don't matter. But
Philly could.
Philly's not winning. Dallas ain't winning. San Fran ain't winning. I don't care. I told you the Bills from the other side, and if the Bills don't go, then hey, Andy Reid, hoist another one.
Yeah.
It's.
I don't trust the Bills. I trust Andy Reid. But either way,
that's my pick from the AFC. I'm sticking beside my pick. But again,
I picked San Francisco to face off against Philly. I picked Philly in Kansas City. But I'm picking San Francisco for this game. What I'm saying is there are pressure points where Dallas. Look, I see this matchup as maybe 65-35% leaning. I'm sorry, 60-40 leaning. Like, I really think that Dallas has a real shot to win this game. There's a path, but the path has to be putting pressure on San Francisco to.
But it's going to be on defense. It's going to be on defense. They're going to have that onus has to be on defense to win the game. The defense has to win the game.
They are able to turn people over.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas has shown that already. They're not Philly at turning people over, but they are close. And the thing about it is, if you are forced to pass on Dallas, It's not just what happened to Tampa. It happens to everybody that they beat.
But see, I give San Fran the edge, so because besides, like, that's where the pressure came from all night, Sunday night, Monday night,
The edge.
from Donovan Smith's side. Mm-hmm. Donovan Smith killing us.
You haven't seen the right tackle from San Francisco be poor.
Man, listen.
Like everybody always says Trent Williams, but they forget that right tackle is trash.
He's a guy. But so we're gonna have to see again. But even still, if you neutralize that rush again, like you said with the run game, which I feel like they can with C-Mac.
Did you feel?
I won't say that edge rush is going to be irrelevant, but it's going to be slow.
And here's the thing too, like the Bucs pass rush is good, right?
I mean, missing. We're missing Shaq. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I get you missing Shaq, but you're still getting pressure.
But see, they got there.
But they ain't get him.
It was like we're containing. We're not trying to get to him. We're containing. You was there. You pushing the pocket, but you weren't getting home.
And I get Bosa's, so I'm not discounting you. What I'm saying is that not many people have been getting home versus Dallas all year too.
Nah, but
that's why
great line. They always had a great.
That's why people are so down on Dak, is because the line has actually been performing
to him to make these decisions.
And that's why I said he misses Amari. Amari kept that field on tilt for them. He's consistently getting over. He may drop him, but he getting over.
Yeah. They don't have that.
Yeah, they don't have that issue. Moving on to who plays this coming weekend as well.
So we talked about. We kind of touched on Philly in New York, but we weren't betting it. But we kind of touched.
I'm going Philly. I'm going Philly.
I told you what I did. So we talked about Philly. We talked about Dallas and Minnesota.
Okay.
Dallas and San Fran, and just transition over to the AFC side. Before we get to meat and potatoes, we got to go Kansas City and Jacksonville.
Okay.
Like, go ahead. You do your thing.
Here's the thing, right? I think the way that the styles make fights, right? They play similar styles. I think that the Jags can chase Kansas City, but I'll never think they can catch them. It's like watching the 200 meter race. Like, yeah, you're really, really fast. But the Chiefs are bold.
Race.
You
got to know how to run that.
The Chiefs are Usain Bolt. You get where I'm coming from? Like, who's running with that?
It's not too many.
There's not too many people that do.
Because we talk about, so I don't know if that's a comparison.
That is the comparison.
Because
the Chiefs only lost against Cincinnati last year because they threw two books late.
Yeah.
Can you afford who? Mahomes is the MVP. Outside of Jalen, I'm giving it to Jalen Hurts. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to rob Jalen Hurts.
I'm trying to figure it out.
But Mahomes, the last 2-3 seasons to me has been the MVP.
I don't know. They kind of rub me the wrong way after week. Yeah. When they did that ring around the rosy in the huddle, I ain't gonna lie to you. They got me hot. They got me hot. I saw the video, bro. I saw the video and I said, boy, what in the hell is going on? And they ran straight into the formation. I said, you know what?
And then did a reverse pass.
You know, I said, I strongly dislike Kansas City. And I strongly dislike them before.
Because they're better than you.
No, it didn't matter. Guess who got the dub? Who got the dub when it mattered? You can have it. You did it. You got to do it. That's why I can't say nothing about Dallas. Even though Brady had them boys' number, beat them the last couple of years, they got Tampa when it mattered. And that's all that matters. You can have a regular season with it. But when it matters, what can you say? So again,
there were reasons to that, but even still, coming back to it, I get you, but Kansas City is healthy up front.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense does enough. I just don't see it for the Jags.
Oh no, I ain't never said that. I was just saying.
I think they can chase them though. I really do think that the Jags are going to get off. I think this game literally is going to be like 38-28.
It could be that, and I was more so saying from this.
It's going to be fireworks. It's going to be a nice game to watch.
Well, nobody really messing with both, and I'm just more so seeing it as Kansas City's a team that yes, they're very potent, but they can be neutralized.
Okay.
They can. I ain't gonna say neutral. That's a bad word. That is a very bad word. But they can be significantly slowed down.
Okay.
And we saw Cincinnati do that earlier this year when they matched up. Did we not?
Okay.
Did we not? I'm asking an honest question. Did we not? Because I bet on Kansas City that game, so I'm asking you. Did we not see Cincinnati come and do what it needed to do to get the win? Did we not?
I hear you.
Did we not? So it can be done. It's not like we're fear it so much because snap, it's Tyreek, Travis, Miko is like I get it, Travis and Miko. I'm not gonna say that they're Usain Bolt. I can't. I'm not, and I will not. But
I ain't say
I can give him. I just said I can give him Tyson Gay.
Bolt ain't undefeated, but they only got clipped twice.
What's the other guy named? Justin.
Paul and
Justin, USA runner. Justin Gatlin. Yeah, I give him Justin Gatlin. I can't give him Bolt. I can't give nobody in the league Bolt. There's nobody running away and you can't beat him. Because that was the case.
Name a season.
I would be 18-0. I can't give nobody Bolt.
He not undefeated. He not lost.
Hey, that man had to run. Everybody touch him now.
Name a season that they didn't make the AFC title game.
Not recently. I can't give you that.
With Patrick Mahomes.
I can't give you that.
Okay.
I can't give you that.
Junior.
I can't give you that.
Let's do this real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a final game here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Cincinnati at Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo's your team. And this is where I think we part ways.
We're going to have to. If you feel like Cincinnati with the dub, I'm sticking with my pick. I don't care how bad they looked last week.
It ain't about them looking bad.
I'm sticking with it. Again, I told you, Bishop told me 23 years supernatural. And I'm saying that for my own reasons. That we won't get into why we said supernatural. We discussed that. We decided we're not talking about why I'm saying what it is. We said that, call that happened. We're not talking about it. Boom. This is why I said this is the year of the supernatural. Mm-hmm. Buffalo gonna win it. It just seemed like it has to go that way. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But in my mind, it's gonna happen. Buffalo gonna knock them off. The boys gonna wake up and go get the win.
This is where we part ways. I'm taking Cincinnati, and my only reason why is
he's still my brother.
I understand.
He's still my brother.
And look, this is the end of the road for Buffalo. Buffalo showed me why I was thinking Cincinnati and the Chiefs going into the AFC title game, and Cincinnati showed me exactly what I thought I would see versus Baltimore.
So that's why I can't say it's going. Look, that's what my mind.
I think it's close. I think it's close. I don't think it's a blowout. Don't get it twisted.
That's what I thought about mine. I'll say you said I'm like, dang.
But I hear you. I hear you.
Well, they just did this in Baltimore 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, I just see this from Buffalo without two. It's like neither one of y'all is playing y'all best football.
No,
so
the thing.
Best football.
Okay, look.
There's
two things here. The Buffalo game without Tua, they had not had a game where they did not face Tua. Mm-hmm. So for them to behave like they did versus Skylar Thompson was an anomaly.
Sometimes it's hard to really
with Baltimore, Baltimore and Cincinnati.
They had Snoop in there. They've seen him already before.
And they've seen him multiple times before, not just back-to-back weeks. No, they've seen Snoop last year. They've seen him the year before. Like he's played. Huntley has played.
Very valid.
Is that offense? The one thing about Lamar Jackson over Huntley is that he's so much more of a more gifted passer. Athletically,
he stretch you out. He stretch you with the run.
It's not blasphemous to say that Huntley is
up there with
Lamar Jackson as far as athleticism is and improvisational skills.
Because we
he can't hit the passes.
We get Lamar the edge, so because we respect him passing, so maybe them lanes open up a lot more solely for that reason. And so we won't see Snoop be able to be that dynamic because I'm not respecting you.
And Snoop doesn't work for me. Snoop doesn't work, but in two other systems.
And who's that?
He'll work in Kansas City because Andy Reid will mold it, and he would probably work in LA because McVay would mold it. He had for one game. He had you believe Baker Mayfield could throw again.
He did. He did. He did.
That is the mark of preparing a backup. Like seriously, Huntley is a backup right now. I'm not saying there's not a possibility he can develop, but that's what I'm saying. And we fully expected, at least strongly from my side, that game yesterday was going to be what that game, or the other day was going to be what that game was. We didn't fully expect that from the Dolphins and the Bills.
Not at all.
And that's what scared me about the Bills. And when have you seen Joe Burrow throw crazy books?
Rarely.
Every quarterback does, but not like Josh Allen's do. He's just do every other game he do. And he's so supremely gifted.
First in the month.
He got a lot of Favre in him.
Yeah,
he's a big Brett Favre.
He's a gunslinger.
He's a big, and there's a reason why Brett Favre only has one ring. Is because he got lucky for one whole series. And you saying this is the year. And I'm like, well, when that year comes, I'm just gonna be wrong.
It's gonna be this year. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. No, but no. I mean, we're gonna have to see, man. We're probably.
I went wrong for 22 years with Brett Favre because on only 1 year he was right.
Listen, we're probably gonna actually text updates through the game.
Yeah.
We ain't texting all last week. That's rare.
Yeah.
When it's stuff like this, we normally text. Last week we didn't text, so we let it be.
I was a dad last week.
Yeah,
I had
man.
to be a dad.
You gotta be it. So this week, like I said, this week episode was different. We gave you a lot of NFL,
but rightfully so.
And then we gotta give it its just due.
Yeah.
But
let's recap those picks real quick.
Okay, so I'm leaning Philly, but I would love to see New York win. So we'll be there with Philly.
We'll feel it.
I'm not surprised when New York win. We're saying
I am.
We're both saying 49ers over the Cowboys. Yeah. Kansas City over the Jaguars. Mm-hmm. And then the Jamie Foxx on the way.
Get off me.
I'm going with the Bills, and he's going with Kansas City. So we agree on everything but that. It's kind of like
the Bills and all things.
Bills, I'm sorry. Bills, I'm going Bills. He's going with the Bengals. You know, we disagree once almost every episode, and this is the one.
This is the one, but hear me out. You know the NFL be trying to do some things.
I don't believe that. I'll tell you, I don't believe in that. I'm not even getting into that. I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't concur with none of that. It is what it is. It happens.
Vince McMahon is back there somewhere.
Ron, I think we need a break, man.
All right.
I think we need a break. Why I think we need a break? Because Rashada just told Florida he wants release from his NIL deal. Boom! I said it. We transitioned. College football. Here we go. I did
it. There is no offseason
for the spot the ball pop.
No, gosh, no. And this is the quintessential in-state recruit in the state of Florida.
The grass ain't always greener on the other side. And if that number is real, that's outlandish. That is outlandish. 13 mil?
Is it real?
For a freshman?
Is it really?
Yes. I'll tell you the same thing I said about Jordan Addison. Same thing I said about Jordan Addison.
Is it really?
Yeah, man. You gonna give a kid 13 mil?
Do you know what that is? Just.
I haven't touched it. I haven't seen it. So no, I do not know what 13 mil is.
Okay, over a 4-year span, right? Do you know the gate that UF brings in?
I mean, bring in bread.
No. I get you negating.
Tell me the gate. Tell me. If
they're selling tickets at $25 a ticket to fill up Ben Hill Griffin Stadium for a single season, 7 home games, that's $13 million.
I don't give a
I haven't even counted in TV money. I ain't counting parking. I didn't count in nothing.
If I had my bet on, I would go to Gainesville and I'm looking everybody in the NIL department.
Do you understand that you're not paying him
$13 million?
No, you're not paying him. I don't care what it is. You're not paying him for who he is today.
You're paying for what he's gonna be. I still don't care.
That's like saying, hey, I'm paying Lamar Jackson for what he's done. No, I'm paying Lamar Jackson for what he's going to do.
Listen, I'm the old school one now. You the new school kid.
No.
I ain't paying no kid 13. Boy,
what? Ain't no kid. You're a grown man. He 18.
I'm not paying no 9 to 1-year-old 13. Did I say it better?
Put it like this.
I'm not.
If this person is bringing you
know what he's worth.
Do you understand what he could possibly bring you? You can say that all you want, but what do you think Lamar Jackson's worth to Baltimore? Was he the 25th pick? Was he the 32nd pick of the draft? Would you draft Lamar Jackson 32nd over again?
I wouldn't draft him that low at all to begin with. That's me. I understand.
No, but I'm just saying,
never. Not with what he's done. No, never.
Okay.
He's probably in that draft class. He'll be first off the board.
Okay, again, so he would have been first off the board. The the picks 1 through 5, a quarterback would have gotten $25 million that year. Do you think that's cheap in this quarterback market that's currently right now? I'm talking about for the NFL.
I'm saying cheap for quarterback in this market. How much I'm making? Yes, very cheap.
$50 million is what they're making. Average.
That's rookie deal.
And again,
that's rookie deal.
And again, you are what someone is willing to pay you. And here's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
For him to get the release, not so much the release, for him to get out of his NIL deal with Miami, do you know UF paid for him to get out of that deal?
The boys lost.
So
that's
here's
the only quarterback in your class when you know you need it coming. And you need to take a
Well,
quarterback
they had
in every class.
They had a quarterback in the class. He said the N-word on a rap song and filmed himself doing so and then posted it.
Goodbye.
So
goodbye.
So here we go with this. Here we go again. Here we go again, right? Rashada in this drama.
Save it for your tomorrow.
Nah, that boy's still gonna get paid. There will be lawyers.
Oh yes, soon come.
I touched on it last time, but if this is how it reads, the state of Florida legislature let you down, University of Florida, and you let yourself down because predominant members of state senate and congressmen, representatives in the state of Florida are University of Florida graduates, and they all voted against NIL being attached to the school. They all voted against it. Ron DeSantis got them to vote against it.
And now you bitch them behind.
And now the biggest school in the state,
a gator by
chomp in the butt, and you're sitting here now because the school couldn't directly negotiate this deal. You're sitting here with your hands in your pockets, and people think y'all broke because you couldn't get a level of commitment.
Now, you might not be broke, but again,
no, they ain't broke.
That's a steep amount.
But you got to send them elsewhere to go get that deal that's loosely not even tied to the school. Meanwhile, you got University of Miami, who had a quarterback in their back pocket, so he ain't say the N-word on the song, so you got one.
And then Jake just into the portal.
And Garcia, but you know where I thought he should go. I thought he should go with Lashley. So
that's why.
And Lashley just landed Romello.
Yeah, I saw. When you want to transition to that now?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So Jake, I knew it was coming because that with Tyler not leaving, somebody had to go. Yeah, and I always thought it was going to be Jake Solo because he has tenure. So therefore,
he only has 2 years left.
So he has to slide.
But the good thing is he got 2 years left. Jakar got what, 3?
He got this is his first year. Like he don't have a red shirt, so he's a true freshman. It was a true freshman.
Did he play more than 4 games?
True freshman. True freshman.
All right.
True freshman.
Well, at least he has one still sticking out there just in case an injury does
happen. He still has Jakar and Emery's there, cool. Yeah. And so TBD is there. They hoping for a bounce back, and we'll see what happens with that. That's not really to get into because it's off season.
Oh yeah, but Ponce decides to go back after
that. Hey, look, from what I'm hearing, this is not the only move.
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey,
but everybody's
they tell me I might just come here, jump in your arms and hug you. I just might if it happens.
So here's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. There will be moves, there will be pressure points, right? Mm-hmm. And the McClain situation is still going on.
Well, before we get in that, I don't know if you saw, AD Mitchell into the portal.
I did. He's going to Texas.
They say Texas, but I'm like
it's Texas. It's Texas.
So that was what I wanted to touch into before we.
That one I know some things.
So you do your thing.
I can't put no little things out there, but I know a little something about that situation. So that one's look. I would bet $1 that one goes to Texas. If it goes to A&M, so be it. But I got a sauce.
So going back into Money McClain.
Oh my gosh! That boy lied and said he was in Lakeland, and then was doing snow angels.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
They showed up like Home Alone. We love you, and he wasn't even there. You filthy animals.
I'm not even finished. I'm gonna tell y'all how I'm doing and how I am. Let it play. If he slide, he slide. all these think pieces and what you feel and talking about.
Man, why y'all doing so many spaces? Dude, I'm not a Miami person, but I got a couple people that's Miami people in my Twitter, and all I see is spaces popping up. Like your friend, somebody who follows you, is joining the space. I was like, what's going on?
Like, let's be real.
I only got 300 followers.
We're grown. We are grown. If he decides to go with Dion, he decides to go with Dion. If it's a troll job, then it's a troll job. But let him have his moment. Do you want all these kind of moments in recruiting? No, but some kids is gonna be like that. And he has a documentary. Dion has a documentary. So is it gonna intertwine? It just might, and he might be in bold. Hey, they say Rashada's trying to go visit. Bold.
That was a Twitter troll from Florida State side. But bro, if God would let me have that one, if God lets me have that, and God deems that I should have a troll job all season, the top player,
you've been doing it.
The top player in your class and the top player in US class in the same cycle goes to the Mountains of Caucasus.
How you feel about the disrespect to him? I feel like a disrespect. But on 3, I don't really respect on 3 rankings, but they dropped him into like 46.
Okay.
And I heard better reasons because it's performance.
Okay, I don't think you should base it all on the UA game. There was a lot of slippage in that practices. They showed it on ESPN. That thing was all over ESPN. He pulled himself out because he was doing so poorly. But I think that him playing and hearing all the whispers and voices really affected him. But he put himself in this spot. I don't think he should have dropped to 46, but I thought he should have dropped. He still should have had his 5th star. But I thought he should have dropped. He did not play well. Like, he really didn't play.
It's competition.
And you're playing like competition. It wasn't just other 4 stars or 5 stars beating him. It was 3 stars beating him, like, consistently. He pulled himself out after day 2, like, I'm not practicing no more.
So, you got to drop him. I just want to see how you feel. Like, that's what I'm
the 5th star, losing the 5th star, no, that was crazy. But I do respect all 3 for this. They had the Rashada story 6 days before everybody else, and everybody called them lies.
And then he said, what are y'all going to do reports from? Kid, don't lie.
He told them, like, when people look like, okay, Josh Newberg, give him all the credit in the world. He's been giving y'all scoops since 2013 at Florida State and every other place in the national media on 247. He's moved on 3. If he's reporting it,
I believe it.
You gotta kind of believe it because you trusted all his crystal balls when he was beforehand. Kids don't announce where they going first. The crystal balls start dropping. He's like, yeah, he coming to my school. He coming to my school. Before he says, I'm putting on that hat and I'm going to that school.
You got all your percentages, so you how correct these analysts are.
And he's 96%.
You know who to trust. So if you see something from Gabby, you see something from
Bird,
David Lake or something like that.
Alderman or whoever. You see those names. Or Fong Ball drops and Chris
whips on, when I seen all that,
or Bud Elliott,
when I seen all that coming to Colorado, okay, you gonna do your thing, go ball out, kid.
But see, here's the thing with Rashada: the fact that On 3 caught it first, and 24/7 ran it right after, nobody retracted from them 2 sources. But you got all these people on Gator Twitter telling you, "Oh, they don't know what he's talking about. He's being sassy." That man ain't sassy. He had it early. And then y'all don't want to apologize to this man.
Come on. Now they hurt. They ain't apologize. They hurt.
Man, they tweeting through the pain.
They hurt.
They tweeting through the pain. They
crying on the car. We ain't perfect. I got some fans out here too going through the hurt. Oh, listen, my little brother.
But Florida State wasn't immune either. Daryl Jackson went back and forth. You turning in the car. like, he came down to Miami.
But we all lost one of our top. Why did we lost? I know Florida lost their top kid, the Auburn. What was that y'all?
No, we lost one of our top defensive players. He wasn't a top kid in our class. Keem was still there.
So,
but we lost.
Williams.
But even still, we lost pieces.
We all lost.
But everybody loses something. But at the end of the day,
it wasn't the race that we normally had before. I know because it was all them jokes to decommit you.
Yo, come on now,
decommit you,
bro.
So if this is the only one that don't sign, because we lost. Couple 3 stars, lost a few, and
a few went to Auburn too.
Then we lost to the walk on to Mississippi State.
Yeah, Auburn had money to burn.
So we ain't losing like we used to. Losing your top guys, like your top guys.
Keldrick Faulk will be at Florida State at some point in time. I'm sure of it. But with all that being said, right? Mm-hmm. The state of Florida just does not disappoint when it comes to recruiting.
No, it's always gonna be something funny.
It's always something.
No matter which one it is, somebody's gonna. Last year was just y'all turn.
Oh my God.
This year, it's Miami turn. Y'all, Travis Hunter happened last year. Mm-hmm. Corbin McLean this year. I'm telling y'all now.
And Rashada happened to them. And
same year, same cycle.
So it's like even with this cycle, when it came to just how it's gone down. Okay. Kamani doesn't sign his LOI
because he can't.
Rashada signs very, very late. Then Florida State has their turn with Daryl Jackson. And you get Kamani saying he's still committed, but he has a bad practice week at UA. Then you have Berg reporting Rashada. Then you have Rashada's thing coming full circle today. Then you have Kamani saying he ain't here, but he really here. And
with Miami, what they
did, it's just cyclical.
They just went right up to Jacksonville.
Lakeland.
Singletary.
Oh yeah, with
go get Jaheim. So for me, you see the name down there. I'll go get Singletary. Why? Because it's experience. There's somebody that could plug and play and be great because they already been in that position. I ain't saying position of actual play because he got snaps. But as far as actually being in a college environment, a college practice playing against Power 5 talent, you have Jaheim there. So for me, that's more so that's priority. Because it was between last year was buzz with Miami, Ohio State, a little bit of Oregon here and there. And now he coming from Ohio State, went to Georgia, mm-hmm. And now a day is over there in Miami. That could hopefully that play a little deal. You feel me? I already know how you feel about that. You ain't gotta look at me like that. I'm just more so looking at relationship wise. And why have you
didn't go up there? That's nice.
Yeah, it's like go get him. That's go nice. Get him. And that'll complete the class. You go get them. You got 2 transfers in that color room experience. Mm-hmm. You already say these young kids ain't coming in. They're gonna be ready. So I give you some experience that play that they get to do stuff. You can hear that. Look, they get to do stuff. Don't touch me. Unloose me. Get your hands off me. Get your hands off me.
I hope you get Singletary, but where there's smoke,
there's fire.
There's a little bit of fire.
Where's it?
You know, the woods have been burning. You know, the incense was rising.
Y'all looking forward to?
And you know, we just announced Patrick Surtain's senior.
Oh yeah, that's facts.
Today.
That's facts.
And
that's facts. I hear that.
And you know, Surtain played with his daddy.
That's cool.
And you know, Florida State is 2 hours away versus 4 hours.
No, and I can see
5
it.
hours.
But see, look again, I still cannot be upset. This is a transfer, man. This ain't somebody say Miami all the way, yo, Miami all the way. Oh, maybe I don't know.
I'm just.
If it happens,
you know, we'll see.
It
could be a big 3 battle. But I just know that he ain't made his way to the UF, and he down the street.
Hey, listen, that man finna go to Jackson State. Stop it. Or you going to Boulder? Dion finna get to everybody.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he ain't hard to find now.
No, he ain't hard to find, but he ain't getting everybody.
That's what I say. You can get everybody. So look, man. All right, you got a lot of NFL today, man. We touched on a little college. College is the actual games in here, but it's going to be week by week. It's going to be some craziness as today. So yeah, man, we got you with a great podcast today. We're gonna figure out who's gonna come up on top in the NFL and figure out who's going forward. I think it's me, but it is what it is. I normally get these when we disagree. It normally be me winning.
That's what you're going with.
Yeah,
we got last week.
Even with the parlays, you feel me? But nah, again, I am your esteemed host, co-host, your boy, Willie Letter Third. This is my guy,
Ron Wells the second.
The second, he don't go by Junior, y'all. The second, and we will see y'all next week on another Spot the Ball podcast.
All right, see y'all later.